We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Hello there.
Hello, what have we here?
Come on, New Zealand, try something new.
Dad Wars.
Hey. Hello. Welcome to Dad Wars. I'm your dad for the morning. This is my real daughter, Eloise. Say hi, honey.
Hi.
Look up. Camera's right over there.
Hi.
This is our first real live stream together. How you feeling?
Good.
All right. So this is something we've been wanting to do for a few weeks now, right?
Yeah, like a month.
At least a month. But we got a mysterious package in the mail.
We never know what's in it.
We might know what's in it.
We might know what's in it.
It's something we might have ordered.
Like a year ago, when the
Yeah.
pandemic started.
Yeah. And it finally arrived a few weeks ago, so we've been waiting for some time with just the two of us to get together to open up this mystery box. So let's take a look, shall we? Let's see. We've got a table cam set up here. Look at that. We're getting fancy here. This little bit behind the scenes of Dad Wars. All right, so first, let us...
Open the box.
Let's see what's in the invoice. Let's see what's in the packaging, or in the packaging slip. Packing slip. Packing slip.
This is where the fun begins.
All right. It was sent by Bezdelina Svetlana. Poste Restante. What? Michurinsk, Russia.
Daddy, it was sent from Russia.
It's from Russia. All right. Looks like it went through customs. Got a stamp here. It must have been sitting there for 6 months at least. All right. Plus we've got this. There's the packing tape all around this Russian. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Are we ready?
Yep, we're ready. Get the scissors.
I think I know what this is. Pretty sure I know what this is.
Me too. I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
All right. Let's see.
Whatever it is, I know I'm gonna love it.
What if it's a wild animal?
Well, that's doubtful. That's doubtful.
Is this another packing slip? Yeah, that's the customs. That means it went through customs. They probably got their hands all over this thing. All right.
You know I'm little, but I'm stronger than you think I am.
All right. Let's see. Hold on.
I am no Jedi.
It's a serious unboxing here.
Where's Ray?
Are we really doing this?
Oh, it's like Christmas morning. It's like a Russian Christmas. Oh, look at this interesting
Ooh.
packing material.
Oh.
Okay, let's keep this away from your younger sisters because this could be a real problem.
Yeah.
All right. God, this is gonna be such a mess.
Yep. It's gonna spill everywhere. What is it?
This.
Yeah! Oh,
All right, hang on.
oh man, my Bo-Katan helmet.
This is the Bo-Katan helmet we ordered custom.
Owen Wilson, Bubba Fett.
Etsy
What's the
shop.
connection there?
A year ago.
I think it was like 7 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow, this is finally packed.
It's finally here.
This is how we pack leftovers now.
Are we really doing this?
So yeah, there are a lot of companies that are making these customs now. But when I ordered this, I didn't feel like there were as many, but now I'm seeing them all over the place. Interestingly, Russian artists making them. Probably making them killing.
This is where we can go to hyperspace.
Punch it!
Oh my gosh! Welcome to the Halcyon Star Cruiser.
Wow.
We need help from Mama.
Mama's got her hands full with the other two.
Oh.
Remember
right.
how long it took?
And they use something they call pyroprocessing. The interesting thing is they call it pyroprocessing, but it's a molten salt process. They're dissolving this thing in a molten salt, and they're doing electrochemistry on it. Why don't they call it molten salt? They want no association with molten salt.
The shroud of the dark side has fallen. Begun.
Dad Wars.
Dad Wars?
The Dad Wars. Whatever that is, I don't think I want to know.
Has.
This is the way.
Dad Wars.
And welcome to Dad Wars. Hope everyone had a fantastic and relaxing Memorial Day weekend. Thanks to those who served and made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could sit here and enjoy all of this. Really. All right, so we're going to get right to it. We've got so much to cover. I'm Justin. I'm bringing on an old close friend of mine here in just a second to help me just kind of unpack all these exciting announcements that had come through over Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim just this past weekend. It's a ton of stuff, so let's see what we can get through. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you a historian, the authority on Lucasfilm and I'm really talking him up here. Everything Star Wars, everything Spielberg, everything 80s and beyond. I bring you from Hollywood, California, Matt Drum. That copy is not correct. From Greer, South Carolina.
Oh, Asheville area. Where am I? Hendersonville.
Sorry. Oh, you moved. That's right.
That's right. I'm in the Hendo.
But is your heart still in Greer?
No.
All right, good. Good answer.
Nothing.
Good answer. Sorry, man. I still am trying to work out these intros. That's what they say. Mentor and dear friend of mine who does live streaming like nobody's business, Mike Fire Jr., says just keep going. They're going to be bad, but just keep going. Eventually,
keep going. Yeah,
they're not going to be so bad anymore. And then here
it's
and
sculpture.
Then they'll be here. Yeah, it just takes years to sculpt or to dry. So what's the story? What's going on there? You've got
I can't see you. Is that normal?
No, it's terrible. I'll get you set up. What are you looking at on your window of our means of communication? Are you seeing?
I see me only.
You're not seeing our thing.
I can hear you loud and clear. It's fine.
Okay.
If
all
you
right.
Need to pop forward.
We'll get it worked out. That's so interesting. All right. Oh, this is good. This is good. You should only see you because you're going to see us in a second. But I have a matte cam set up. I wanted to give you front and center. I'll get us both going here. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Here we are. Are we? Here we are. And that's not. Okay.
You're good.
How's that? Is that better, kind of?
Yeah, I like it.
I had a 2-up kind of set up for us, but maybe I didn't make it how I was supposed to. But all right. No need to peek behind the curtain here. So we have lots of stuff to review. I just pretty much generated the list of things, which include, well, first, before we get into the new announcements, I feel like we should discuss here together Obi-Wan episodes 1 and 2.
I'm trying to match his face.
Nailed it. Okay. I want to get your impressions. I think you and I had some, quippy little back and forth on text.
I honestly checked if you saw it around the same time I did, 3 a.m. East Coast like a real maniac.
I did. I didn't get to
And
tell
we
you the rest of the story. I did set the alarm for 2:45.
Yeah.
I did get up for it, and then I did immediately look at my phone. And Aaron, at about 11:30 our time, which was 8:30 his time, right? I guess California time. He had said, "Oh, it's coming on early." He forwarded me the tweet from like what Disney Plus or StarWars.com.
Mm.
And so I got that, and I was like, "Oh, I could have watched this hours ago."
So it was on at like midnight, maybe?
It came on at midnight, yeah. They actually
okay.
released at midnight. So with that, I was laying there, and I was just thinking, I could watch it now, or I could wait for the girls, the two older girls, because I know they're really going to want to watch it.
And they're of the age where they can.
They get it.
You can handle it.
They can. They're good. They're mature. They're girls. They're
the danger. Yeah.
They know about the danger and the peril, and we always preface.
The peril is the big thing. I remember that when early on when you're showing them things, you're like, the peril.
Yeah, like bad things can happen. Yeah, but we always preface it with it's fantasy, and it's not real, and violence is not the answer.
Oh yeah,
that's
good job.
Yeah, that's kind of ingrained in them. So when they see this stuff, they don't take it seriously. Now, when I did take them to see E.T. for my birthday last year, we did a screening of E.T. at our local theater, and it traumatized Piper probably for the next 10 years. Because of
big
this.
Screen can change a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, even as an old man, I've noticed the difference between watching like the Batman.
Yeah.
I went and saw it in the theater several times.
Several times, okay.
And I was like immersed, and then when it came on HBO Max, I watched it a few times. Maybe because I had seen it so many times already, I just felt myself kind of like looking away from the screen sometimes. So I imagine things are diminished on the small screen versus that big screen experience.
It's especially to their little minds and their little it's such a sensory overload for them.
And that in particular, that movie is made for that age.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that age.
Eloise really dug it. I loved it. It just kind of, takes us back to our childhood and however functional or dysfunctional, like I really connected with it on, many levels. And so I was a bit it was a bit self-indulgent, but I also wanted to share it with my kids and see what they got out of it. And I should have waited another year. Just a year, I think, would have been fine. But Piper doesn't want to see it again ever, and Eloise is fine with it. Yeah, the scientist just scared her to no end, and she didn't. She doesn't like E.T., the physicality of this little creature either, even though he's a friend and he just.
She'll come back around, I predict. I remember Raiders. Speaking of my shirt, being scary. I saw it like when I was 4 at the theater, and I remember being terrified by it, but also like loving the middle. I was scared by the beginning and the end.
Yeah. Yeah, the end is terrifying. It's still it's a horror movie. Like Spielberg is the master of horror. And
7. My brother was 9 and my parents dropped us off.
Oh, they just like dropped you off at the theater? Oh, yes. Kids out there now, you have to understand the times are way different then.
Yeah.
We
didn't wear seatbelts in the car.
No.
We smoked in bed as children.
What?
Totally different.
So yeah, okay. I don't know if I didn't get that far with it, but so yeah. So real quick, if anyone's just joining us, real quick, I just want to say, please hit that like button. Even if you're just coming in and leaving, just hit the like button. We're just trying to get some drum up some interest here, and leave a comment in the chat. So so Obi-Wan. We both got to see both episodes. Spoilers ahead for anybody who haven't seen it. We don't have to do a beat by beat, but is there anything like, just first of all, give me your overall impression of when you just saw those first 2 episodes back to back, I imagine, and when you turned off the TV at the end, what were you feeling? What were you feeling like?
Again, watching it at 3 a.m., I don't advise it. I probably won't do it again anymore. I was just so excited. and then I watched it again. The first time, just this feeling of comfort watching and the scenes with Ewan when he was kind of by himself, just like going slowly through the desert. I love these Disney Plus shows, but there's so much shoe leather with people traveling in and out of towns, like Boba Fett. Didn't that kind of some funny stuff in there where he was, instead of taking a litter in through the town, they just walked everywhere. And anyway,
Yeah, just walking.
for some reason, I would love just watching Ewan slowly travel on foot or whatever.
Yeah, like
I
a
do have
bantha.
hardcore man crush. So, but it was just watching again. This like feeling of nostalgia and comfort just gave me this like warmth and goosebumps of like him talking with the Jawa in his own house. He just kind of appeared from the back of his own house.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the geography of that cave just yet. I love that stuff. It was just so heartwarming and again, just seeing how sad the character is at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
As much fun as it was to watch him, I kind of was on board with his emotional journey, and like that scene where he was dreaming of the past and he wakes up calling for Qui-Gon.
Yeah,
like, really, really touching.
That was touching.
Ewan is doing the Lord's work.
He really is.
In really subtle ways, and he's such a charming guy in real life. If you've ever watched his I love his motorcycle
Travelogue
documentary show.
Yeah,
the Long Way Around series. And he's such a charm factory and loves to make Star Wars references in other countries when strangers are like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And he's like, "The Force." So he loves to make Star Wars references, and that's a really sweet thing from him. The first go round, I didn't really like Little Leia, but the second viewing,
interesting.
I love Little Leia. I don't know, maybe I was just resistant to being a grumpy old man and thinking, "Oh, kids in Star Wars again," but who cares?
Yeah,
she's very good. I think Viviana is the actress's name.
I was trying to commit it to memory along with the others, and I haven't gotten that far yet.
But the more I watch it, I love the little touches of her costume. Like the first costume, which was the decoy costume, looks very Bespin Leia. And then she's wearing the green poncho, like indoor Leia later on.
That's right.
And I really like it. And I've watched a lot of videos and podcasts, listened to podcasts about analyzing everything, and really a lot of people questioning the timeline of things like, how can Obi-Wan know her, and how come she doesn't really react in A New Hope when he's around, even though they don't really interact in A New Hope.
That's right.
Like, just questions like that. And my whole thing with this whole series, like, I don't really care if they break continuity. I just want to see my boys again, my Hayden and Ewan.
Yeah, that's a good.
Whatever. This could be just an alternate version of history.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's a good. No, that's a good.
Multiverse.
That's a good way to take it. And I think they are being extremely deliberate and careful.
Yeah, they are going to be careful. They're not going to totally break it. They might. And again, Star Wars, bless it, also often has some contradictory continuity issues.
From right out of the gate from the original.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to where I noticed, the trailers they released, the first two. Most of the footage is from just these first two episodes.
Yeah, I was rewatching as well. There's just a couple of like establishing shots or maybe shots of the Inquisitors that we haven't seen yet, but just about everything else is.
Base.
So
I think that's the only other place they show, and they show you.
Yeah.
It looks like back on Tatooine with some stormtroopers having a ruckus.
Yeah.
That's the only.
That's right.
Kind of out of order.
Some encounter.
Out of the ordinary, and then the Imperial officer, the lady from Game of Thrones, who's very good. I can't remember her name. Varmika. I'm probably mispronouncing it. She's shown coming off a ship in one of the trailers, and it looks like Tatooine, but maybe somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's some stormtrooper action happening that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, with 4 more episodes, we've got some places to go. And again, I'd be fine with just hanging out on Tatooine some more.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
No, it's fun. I liked I liked it as well. I've watched them a couple of times now. I feel like if I'm going to be critical about anything, which I'm not aiming to be at all, it might be just maybe some pacing issues that actually maybe didn't bother me as much the second time around. I think the first time around, I was just like, what's happening? I'm just like, trying to process all this. Where's this going? Oh my God, there's Princess Leia as a kid. Like, I was always wondering if and when we'd get to see that, and it was such a nice surprise. And they hit her like Grogu, you know what I mean? Like, she's not mentioned anywhere in the marketing. Oh yeah, that was so. And anytime Bail Organa is on screen, count me in. Like, he's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, and I used to love, as a kid before the prequels, I used to love looking at the Ralph McQuarrie art of Alderaan, which they kind of used a little bit in the prequels to be kind of like more like Naboo. I think like the grassy fields and things like that.
Yeah,
that was supposed to, and those cities off in the distance with beautiful mountains in the background, and that was always something
it's a lovely place. It's a lovely place. But that aside, and I think it was intentional, like deliberate, like his life, he's just kind of this waking life. He's just going back to the
Groundhog Day routine,
the whale blubber, feeding his Opie,
slipping a little piece in the
not even for himself. I like how our heroes are all like animal lovers. I love that. Boba Fett's an animal lover.
People love that. I mean, especially some of the podcasts I listen to, like on The Ringer.
Yeah.
The host Val is in love with any animal kind of theme through some of these shows that we watch. Yeah.
I think for me, in a similar vein, the Game of Thrones series with the importance of the dire wolves and the dragons and the kinship with the humans, and I just love that stuff. And like when a character would die in Game of Thrones, I'd be upset, unsettled. But when a dire wolf or a dragon bit the dust, I'd be just devastated.
Yeah.
So I hope
keep it on the Eopie. Yeah.
I hope Boba Fett's bantha is okay.
Yeah.
At any rate. So yeah, for me, like, I enjoyed both episodes pretty much equally. It felt like one big chapter there. The opening act, basically, right?
Yeah, and I just some people say that the whole spice thing in the spice lab is a little not their favorite.
Over the top.
The young lady who's trying to sell Obi-Wan drugs is Ewan McGregor's real daughter.
I just read that today.
Didn't hear that, yeah.
Just today, yeah.
So I don't mind that. It was fine. It was a nice. I loved the rooftop chase, and him kind of reactivating the Force was inevitable. Like I always thought about that. Like he's really suppressing his powers and not wanting to. I'm sure it shows up like radar if it's.
Yeah.
If he reveals it, or if he uses any sort of Force powers.
He really buried it, didn't he? He just is like, it's not.
He did bubble up the meth lab.
Yeah.
First.
Oh yeah, he did. He a little bit.
So,
it wouldn't be Star Wars.
Pacing, like a lot of people were saying that the parkour thing with the great Moses Ingram maybe lasted a little too long and was kind of edited funnily.
On that note, yes, and that didn't bother me
nitpicky.
Too much. Yeah. I was wondering about like parallel timing, like where are they in conjunction with her, and it didn't. Yeah. It didn't seem to match up, but.
And then he suddenly was downstairs after he saved Leia.
Yeah. So
he could have force ran.
So it appears that Kelly Dixon has she edits these, and she's a master editor. Breaking Bad, Saul, Walking Dead. She's like AMC's like #1, and I've listened to her podcast. She used to do for Breaking Bad, and she's fantastic. But this is her first foray into like Star Wars land, so I guess it's a little different. I don't know. We don't know exactly what goes on in the editing bay. We don't know exactly who's sitting over her shoulder.
Moses' moves were incredible, though. That little tumble off the roof at the beginning thing was very cool.
I love the costume. I love her attitude. I love her delivery. I was excited when we were watching the trailers leading up to this. I'm like, that's an interesting character, and I'm excited to see who she is, where she comes from.
They're not on the same team, the Inquisitors. So
that's an interesting
That's gonna
wrinkle.
go somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
I have theories, but I'll keep them. So.
Oh, you think, are they solid? You think?
I mean, obviously, a lot of people think that the beginning part with Order 66, the taller girl in the background, is possibly her.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of led to believe
And
too.
she's either got a grudge or knows something. Like she obviously.
Vader being
Vader before seemingly everybody else. And I was listening to again, the Ringer podcast did a really deep dive on comics history on like who knows what in this whole. Like it's actually I mean, the canon they've been pretty careful with like who knows what, like Tarkin figured it out,
seemingly
Ahsoka figures it out later, but a lot of people don't know that Anakin is Darth Vader. That's like a workplace secret.
I've never
and a lot
put
of people
much
don't know or respect Darth Vader from the comics and books and whatnot. Like a lot of people, they even try to like put a hit out on him because he was just some guy they worked with who was annoying or whatever.
Well, the officers treated him like garbage, like a second-class citizen on the Death Star in the first film, right? So you're right. He wasn't getting the respect that he gets from the fans.
The theory's going around with Reva supposedly being around for Order 66, like she might have known. I can't remember in Revenge of the Sith if the holograms. I can't remember.
The holocron.
When Obi-Wan and Yoda see footage of him killing younglings.
Oh yeah.
Do they also see that scene where Palpatine is kind of christening Anakin as you'll be now known as Lord Vader? Did they see that too? I can't remember.
I think Obi-Wan did. I don't know if Yoda was there, but I think there was a shot of Obi-Wan looking, and it's like right here in front of him, and it's.
So again, this is like just mathematical stuff that I don't really, and chronology stuff that I don't really worry about too much. So
I don't
like
either.
The fact that he I loved Ewan's performance in freaking out that Anakin is alive. That was amazing.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was a highlight.
A great way to end an episode with the breath and everything.
In the back to tank, yeah. In the Polynesian spa. I mean.
So the more I watch it, the more I get digging in.
Yeah.
And really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
can't wait to see where it goes.
I know, I can't either. I just feel like there are a lot of fans that have just like already, and critics. I saw this critic for Deadline.
Mm-hmm.
He totally trashed it. And
really?
Yeah, so I scrolled down.
Most people like it from what I've read.
I know. He just took the other lane.
Yeah.
You know, he took the low road, and just it didn't add up. And then I scrolled down to the comments, and most of the people were giving him a hard time. The critic, and it was like, you don't really know Star Wars, do you? Just the way he was criticizing everything about it from top to bottom. Yeah. Without a whole lot of much nice to say about it, but any other highlights? Trying to think. I've been meaning to say this for a while, but our guy playing Uncle Owen, doesn't he look more like the bartender from the Cantina? Has anyone else?
Yeah, he does now that you say it. Yeah, he does.
I was like, who does he look? He doesn't quite look like Uncle Owen. Who does he look like? And that was what.
Yeah.
What
Hopefully
came to
we'll
mind.
get some more of.
Oh yeah,
Joel.
I think so. Do you think we'll get more Luke, or is that it?
Yeah, because they do know each other, right? Doesn't he? In A New Hope, Mark Hamill says
he belongs.
to Kenobi, boy, am I glad to see you. So he knows him, right?
Yeah.
There's a sense that like they've at least met before.
Yeah. Do you think in the writing of this chapter of the Star Wars timeline that they sat around the story group or the writers? Hey, Max to the Max, welcome, Bright Suns. Do you think they do you think that they had those points, like these are rules we cannot break, these are points that must connect, these are things that are locked that we have to work with? There's no way they worked without that, right?
Yeah. And they probably said, well, how far could we go with this way and this way with who knows who and what happened when And the whole thing is getting the character of Obi-Wan to the point. The Alec Guinness he seems kind of content in a way.
Yeah, he's more relaxed,
less broken than he is now, and it's
yeah,
a great version to watch. And I'm sure he'll get there.
Yeah.
In the next 4 episodes, or if they do more, there's already talk of more Obi-Wan. I mean, Ewan said, "Yeah, sure."
He's down.
If they decide to write it, I think he seems kind of positive to the idea.
The love they received from the fans over the week at Star Wars Celebration was like anything. I mean, the fandom was insane, positively insane. Like anybody that walked out on stage got just crazy ovation, and it was
Pedro got a lot of love. Kelly Marie Tran got a lot. Tons, just everybody from Ahsoka. And new people.
Yeah, they welcomed everybody. It was like the best side of the fandom that we could possibly, hope for or see. Like, people
on Twitter should take a
Kelly Marie Tran, she didn't have to be there, but she came back, and
I think a lot of these things will come around. I mean, I know, for instance, like Daisy Ridley finally came back to Instagram recently, which is probably something. Sounds silly, but with the amount that we'll probably talk about this in a minute, just the horrible messages that you are vulnerable to on social media.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough ride for some people.
This is a positive story series.
Yeah. On that note, let's jump to. I'm even afraid to go there, but I think we should. It's important. I think we should talk about as fans how we represent ourselves and how we I definitely want to talk about. So this is, and Aaron, I told you Aaron had sent me this early in the morning, and he's like, are you following Moses Ingram, who plays Inquisitor Reva? And she screen captured and posted all this nasty stuff coming, and I don't know. I mean, these people must be watching. I don't know if they're watching Star Wars or not. I don't know. They're calling a diversity hire. It's nasty stuff. I don't want to stick on it too long. We get some, it's just nasty. So, but on the plus side, we can hear from her response. She's taking it head on. Like some people just kind of head for the hills, but you find out more about her character just by how she's responding here. Let me just play a second of this.
There are hundreds. And I also see those of you out there who put on a cape for me, and that really does mean the world to me, because there's nothing anybody can do about this. There's nothing anybody can do to stop this hate. And so I question what my purpose is, and even being here in front of you saying that this is happening, I don't really know. But I think the thing that bothers me is that, like, sort of this feeling that I've had inside of myself, which no one has told me, but this feeling of like, I just gotta shut up and take it. I just kind of gotta grin and bear it. And I'm not built like that. So I really just wanted to come on, I think, and say thank you to the people who show up for me in the comments and the places that I'm not gonna put myself. And to the rest of y'all weird.
What's the most
That's exactly right.
Which is right, yeah.
There's a
like
bit of that. There's people who are just a little off and feel entitled by this platform of social media, and they can say what they want and get away with it. Say the little devilish things that they wouldn't say at their job or in the grocery store out loud or just
It's like the town square, but you can like just make a total jerk yourself and no repercussions.
Or just do that to be funny in their own mind. They think it's hilarious, even they might not realize what they're doing. It's terrible. I mean, but unfortunately, it's happened to not just in the Star Wars actor universe, but other shows that we've seen, and from the prequel era, poor Jake and
Ahmed Best, yeah,
and others, and then the sequels, Daisy and John, and people. It seems like people just hate all of that cast for whatever reason.
I know,
and it's anything. It's people. Brie Larson gets attacked, and
yeah,
just
I know,
ridiculous.
It's exhausting. But yeah, so yeah, Max had just messaged about. I don't know if you can see it in the chat, that he had mentioned the fact that we got Ahmed Best back in the fold in a new role.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Kelly are back at fan events. It's a minor miracle after what they've been through. I wish we could I wish we could bring Jake back into this somehow. Like he probably
somehow, yeah.
It's just like he's like maybe the worst casualty of toxic fandom that Star Wars has seen. Or just neglect, or like what, like just like. I don't know. I felt there should have been, like, he was a little kid, and it didn't take long to see the backlash, which is totally not his fault. And I like watching it with the girls. They love little Anakin, and he
was fine. I never
fine.
had any, like when I remember seeing those as an older, there's a 20-something maybe, the Phantom Menace, and not even noticing any kind of subpar acting that the world seemed to suddenly create out of nowhere, he was a fine kid actor. He was like very cute. He looked the part. He did.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty great at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, just fell on hard times, and it's like, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, people, already with little Leia there's the funny comments about the way she runs.
Just
like,
sick.
Stop it.
That's just, it's too much.
Let's see
people
you
are
run.
weird. Yeah. Let's see
And
anybody.
now, speaking again of my favorite guy, Indiana Jones, anytime Indy 5 is mentioned, there's like three things you're going to hear. Somebody's really old. Somebody smokes pot or crashes planes.
Yeah.
So it's not just
ageism.
Little kids that are picked on.
No, it's ageism.
And the ageism is so horrible. And I love Indiana Jones, and I'm a member of like this couple of fun chat groups and stuff, and Facebook communities about it. And luckily, a lot of us, the one person who will say, "Oh, he looks so old," even in this new poster that came out during Celebration, he's just a silhouette. They still have to about age in that.
Yeah.
He is more fit than me at 21 years old, and he's 80 this year.
Yeah.
So shut up.
Just people are weird. I'm gonna get a shirt with her saying that. I think with Reva saying that.
So what's Ewan saying up here?
So yeah, I'm just seeing all this stuff populate. You had brought up a good point before we got on about like people like companies and people coming in to her defense, but they shouldn't need to. But this is just the world we live in. But let's see what he says, because I haven't seen this.
This weekend, Star Wars fans made Obi-Wan Kenobi the most watched Disney Plus original series premiere of all time. And for that, I would say a big thank you. And it just goes to show what this family can do when we all pull together. However, it seems that some of the fan base, from this influential fan base, have decided to attack Moses Ingram online and send her the most horrendous, racist DMs. And I heard some of them this morning, and it just broke my heart. Moses is a brilliant actor, she's a brilliant woman, and she's absolutely amazing in this series. She brings so much to the series, she brings so much to the franchise, and it just sickened me to my stomach to hear that this had been happening. I just want to say, as the leading actor in the series, as the executive producer on the series, that we stand with Moses. We love Moses, and if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. There's no place for racism in this world, and I totally stand with Moses.
Just brilliant, man.
Good stuff.
What a class act all the way.
Yeah. A buddy of mine that I went to film school with got to go to Celebration. I think I told you about it. He did the meet and greet with Ewan.
He did it.
and he said he took time and made a connection with his.
Wow.
He got a picture for his two kids. And he said it was super nice, and took, even though there's a huge line of people, of course.
Yeah.
He said, but he took a second or two and made like a nice special connection with kids, and it was really sweet. So he's a good dude.
That is awesome.
This is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Good segue.
Hello, Dex.
Now you need it. There's new audio clips.
I can't
throw in there.
I know. What do you think?
Hayden, this is where the fun begins.
Yeah, he said it. Now his his
and
awesome deep
lost
voice.
Their minds.
Yeah. God, so many cool celebration. So many cool celebration moments.
Get some of Diego speaking Spanish to the crowd and them leading it up.
Yeah, I've been doing Duolingo for 192 days. I understood what he was saying to the crowd. I loved it.
Sweet, and Pedro did as well. Can we switch to Andor yet?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We could stay on this. Yeah, this is great. But
yeah,
I'll get sidetracked here. All right, let's jump over.
Obi-Wan was the show I've been waiting for, this new Disney Plus thing, and even before they announced Disney Plus existing
for years,
there was rumors, and I was like,
yeah,
yes, please, because he was the best part of prequels for me, and one of my favorite actors, and I love a lot of his other movies besides Star Wars, and I think this is a great kind of full circle moment, and
yeah, bringing
the prequels some much needed love again.
Yeah, I love it. I love connecting it all together.
And to me, even if it's like it just disappoints everybody else, I think I'll still love it. I don't know. That's just
good
me.
Job.
There you
Thanks.
go. So Max is asking, did we have a favorite panel from Celebration? My favorite panels are the ones we didn't get to see, right?
Yeah, I saw the aftermath when they talked to the Star Wars show kids.
The live stage,
who I love to death, or adore.
They were fun. People. Yeah.
And they've been away for a while. They kind of shut down that whole side of it.
Didn't we talk about that recently? Like what happened to them? I think
it was COVID related or something. They kind of just downsized and did a monthly show versus it was a weekly show.
Yeah.
Before, and I followed both of them on Instagram. They're still doing stuff, and they're just both I'm a big fan of podcasts and kind of the underground LA comedy community, like the Paul F. Tompkins of the world, and they're kind of in that circle.
They are really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Anthony mainly, but
he's good.
Yeah, they do. He has a little podcast here and there, I think. It was good to see them back. They know their stuff. They're big fans of a lot of culture, and I know from what I saw on their socials too, the fan response of them coming back was huge, and they were feeling the love as well.
So yeah, I did that. I think I watched it for hours and hours, and when I couldn't watch it live, which I love watching it live, I'd watch it like when I should be sleeping or in the middle of the night. Like Laura's like, every time I roll over, you're on your phone, but I didn't want to miss out on any of it. But Max was saying for him, the Ahsoka panel, the Mando Plus panel, right? Is that what they called it?
Yeah, I still need to watch some of that with with Carl and Giancarlo.
Well, I
hear they hammed it up, and
yeah,
I heard Filoni was very nervous with what Carl Weathers was almost saying.
Oh man, yeah. Well, plus they brought the new Sabine out. They brought live action Sabine out, and she said, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much I could say, and he goes, "No, you're not going to say anything." Max is saying High Republic panel was a high point for him in the 35 years of Star Tours. I watched some of the 35 years of Star Tours. The High Republic, I did watch some of that. I still have not been able to connect with that part of the timeline.
Maybe with the Acolyte show.
Yeah, I need to
connecting to it.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice thing to kind of to build around. Like you can go back and read some stuff that is said in that timeline.
And the good thing is it'll always be there, and it's part of the lore. It's part of the canon. So
and who knows, that might be a real. They're kind of in this post Jedi time frame now.
Yeah.
With the Filoni Favreau verse.
Yeah.
So maybe sometime soon we'll be kind of with Acolyte will be a lot of fun and nice. Like, whoa, this is kind of totally different, but I still love it.
Yeah, that's what I always wonder. Like, where do you the most love you have for Star Wars? Does it lie with like the Jedi mythology or the Jedis or Jedi, or do you like the pirates and scoundrels and smugglers, or do you like the bounty hunters, and the aliens, like
the Rogue One, Andor?
Yeah, I don't know.
That.
Really? Okay.
Well, I love any Jedi, but I like a good mix of the Andor. I think I like jackets with pockets.
I like jackets.
Talk about this.
Boots in the boots. I like bandoliers. I like all kinds of different like blasters.
We had this talk, I think, offline, of course, about like what if instead of all of the prequel Jedis having the same kind of robe.
Yeah.
What if they had like cool different? Everybody had like a cool jacket. Like, oh, whoa, this guy's got like a.
Yeah.
Like similar, but like maybe in the Road Warrior universe where it was like, this guy has one shoulder pad.
Yeah, piecemeal, like the
asymmetry,
like a Millennium Falcon. It's asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the coolest
like
thing
a
ever.
Mix. Everybody looks like Dash Rendar. Or
Well, didn't he have Dash had two huge shoulder
pads?
Which
one had the big?
I think it was Dash. I think it was Dash Rendar. I can't be certain, but eventually I want to dig into the High Republic. I just don't know if I like. It's almost like they're elite. The Jedi in that time are like they're all godlike status. I like them when they're hiding and running, like with what I mean, like the underdogs. But I like the intrigue when characters are almost space detectives. Yeah, which is what Obi-Wan seems to be. That seems to be his like part-time gig.
Yeah, he's
like
a detective, like in Attack of the Clones, and even now.
Yeah,
he's doing a little.
Yeah, and he's doing that. That's this thing he's doing here. He's on another mission. He's on a really cool mission. He just happens to have Princess Leia with him, which just kind of still blows my mind that's happening.
I thought of a thing, not that I would ever be like an armchair screenwriter, but I thought a storyline of a potential Obi-Wan series would be. The specter of this new Sith Lord out there, not knowing it's Darth Vader, and of course not knowing it's Anakin, of Obi-Wan like going on some detective mission and trying to figure out who's this person out there that's hunting down Jedi.
Ooh.
And then finding out that it's his guy. I thought that would be a cool thing, but they're not. I mean, I'm sure
you kind of got that in the second episode,
maybe
right?
He goes. Maybe the next few episodes he wants to get closer to him, so obviously he does. Maybe that's a part of it. Maybe, I mean, but he found out about it a different way through Reva McIntyre.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's see. Oh, so Max is saying for High Republic, that's the point. So maybe I am kind of getting what's happening. They're building. The Jedi allow themselves. Oh, wait, let's see. A lot of what the High Republic is building is the way that the Jedi allow themselves to fail, too elitist and too up on a pedestal. All right.
So they're hinting towards the eventual.
Yeah. So maybe they're at their high point, and we're going to see a tremendous
demise. And all that.
There'll be a big crash, and that's what we want is that drama, right? That's what I'm looking for is that drama.
Yeah.
I don't like to see people fail, but I like to. To see them climb out of the hole after they have fallen into it.
What? You're quoting Michael Caine already.
Oh, really?
Batman.
Hello. All right. Let's. So Celebration had so much good stuff. We'll cover a few more things here. There's just too much to cover. We'll have to make this a two-parter for sure. Let's watch this Andor trailer. Have you and I talked about this at all? Maybe?
No, that's one I want to watch and watch. This is like the most beautiful trailer.
It's incredible. All right, here we go. Without further ado.
This part cracks me up. Seems kind of out of character.
It's wild.
Can you hear me if I talk?
Yeah, go ahead if you got anything to say.
There's a
They're so
sequence
proud
of
of
shots coming up
themselves.
I love. And
So
you know,
fat
the
and
original
satisfied.
Rogue One trailer was edited superbly. There's a series of shots coming up from the back of a lot of characters' shoulders and heads. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And Genevieve.
And it's the symmetry of like Kubrick or Wes Anderson.
There will be no rules going forward.
Yeah, this stuff here.
Are standing up.
Good stuff. Interested to find out who these
Who are these? Who are these people?
the blue and red trimmed costume people.
Are they
With
like
Fiona Shaw at the end?
Are
For
they?
those of you guys out there who watched Killing Eve? You know, that's Harry Potter's aunt to most of the kids, Mrs. Dursley. But she's an amazing actress. Yeah, Fiona Shaw.
Yeah.
She had a little bit part in Fleabag. She was Fleabag's therapist.
Man,
but
those
in
actors
Killing
are...
Eve, she's kind of like the M or the Jim Phelps of Mission Impossible. She's like the what do you call it? The government handler. For the spy characters. She's great. She's amazing. Sassy as can be.
You gotta love the sass.
Yeah.
So
it's cool to see
there's
her.
so many new characters, some new costume designs that look like things we're familiar with, but not quite, right? He kind of looks like a throwback to Naboo to me for some reason, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that is interesting. It's different than what we're used to. Kind of
just that weird little pause.
Yeah, it's like let's set up. They never give
psyched up for his job.
Yeah, they never give the comedy that much room to breathe in Star Wars. Really, usually it's fast talking, or it's like the frog eating the creature eating the whatever outside of Jabba's palace, like the establishing shot, like those little things we get, or Jar Jar stepping in something.
Yeah, I'm so psyched about the amount of the show we are getting. It's gonna take us from August 31st till like Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
from what I kind of mapped out. 12 episodes.
Yeah,
2 seasons.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
12 episodes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All right. So are these conscripted scientists working on cloning?
Yeah, I saw in the back right there they were working on one of those K2SO droids, but it looks like something else. But of course, everybody's saying it's giving off some THX 1138.
Yes, yeah.
Business, just anything in a white room, white costume.
God, talk about an ultimate. It really is close. It's really close to
and I'm sure that's
Bobby D. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just all in tribute to George for sure.
Yeah, and I love. I heard the first season is going to take place over 1 year, and the next season will be like a time span of 4 years, leading up to Rogue One. So I mean, obviously, they'll probably get some young Cassian, like very young Cassian. I don't know. They show a lot of kids, like a camp full of kids. Could be him or some other.
Yeah, because he said in Rogue One, which we just rewatched,
6 years old.
Right? He's been doing this since he was 6. Yeah.
So have I, man. Wait, 3. I've been into Star Wars since I was 3 years old. What's the math? 4.
I was 4 when A New Hope was still in the theater. I don't know if I saw it at the tail end of the run, or it's fuzzy math to me. But my my Aunt Nancy, who you know, took me to see it, and I fell asleep. So. It was way past. I'm a morning person ever since I was little.
The morning matinee is the best. If you
like at 11 a.m.
I love when you and I used to live in Orlando. I'd go to the Point Orlando that had that IMAX screen.
Yeah.
And we would always go to a 10 a.m. movie, get a Starbucks. It's
just the
prime.
best.
The
And
best.
there's nobody else there, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
Nope.
I mean, it's just incredible. The first thing I thought was like the scope of this. Look at it looks like such a big story. I mean, and we get Dr. Selvig from Thor, right? Selvig.
Yeah.
We've been watching them. I've been showing the girls the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we've been seeing him pop in like all the time.
Yeah. You're doing everything in order, of course.
Timeline order, yeah.
What are you on?
It's great. We just finished Civil War.
Oh, so you did Ant-Man before?
Yeah, they love Ant-Man.
Like that. Yeah,
they love
probably one of my favorites, just because I love the second one.
He breathes new life, and I mean, I love the whole thing, but his Paul Rudd bringing it like to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, the whole thing, it's got such Back to the Future with Michael Douglas as a Doc Brown type for me.
Yeah.
You know, working in the lab and all these gadgets.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. It's just got and Back to the Future is one of my favorite things. So that's part of why I love that.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why I hadn't drawn those parallels, but I get it. I see it, and it's great. I love it. He's great. I love the power. I love the whole gimmick. I love his sidekicks, his buddies.
You got a live stream
Michael Pena
when during the snap. Okay, I mean, people are gonna be heartbroken at children crying.
I might have to wait a little while on that one.
Yeah.
I just watched a montage of everybody
After the ET incident. You might be careful.
I might not be able to show them for a little bit, but that's a few movies away, so we'll see. I have to slow it down. But
into it.
They're super psyched because whenever we watch it, we'll watch the trailer for the next one.
Oh, smart!
And I believe
that's fun.
Yeah, just a little tease. Plus, not to mention the mid-credit, end-credit, scenes. So.
Oh, I'm envious. I miss that now.
Yeah,
I got the older kids who are doing hardcore rated R stuff.
Great.
Which will be fun later for you.
Yeah, I had a little kid. I took Piper to one of these birthday parties, and Colette are the middle and the youngest. And some little kid comes up at the party, and he goes, I have Pennywise dreams. He's like 4 years old.
Whoa. Yeah, I know of some people who let their kids watch so much horrible, like horror stuff at a young age. Whew.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Plus, horror is definitely my least favorite genre. It's not even a favorite. Let's see. Ray's checking in. Someone should put "For Whom the Bell Tolls" over the trailer. And Max said he saw a THX 1138 cosplay at Celebration. That's awesome. But yeah, so Andor, that was like day one, right? Thursday when Celebration started officially. That was like the first thing that dropped, I think.
Yeah.
I just knew it like.
And that's next after Obi-Wan, or are we getting the Tales of the Jedi first?
Now, Tales of the Jedi came out of nowhere. I don't know what the timeline is on that, but I do know. Story-wise, I do. But Bad Batch is going to fall in right after, which we should go ahead and watch that trailer.
Yeah.
Because that's coming after Andor, so there's going to be no lull. Plus, like you're saying, Tales of the Jedi. Do you have any info on that?
Summer Bad Batch. Andor's after that, and then fall is Tales of the Jedi. What I'm reading.
Fall
is about Tales of the Jedi. It's nice. Like I loved Visions, so anything. I like the animation style of Clone Wars and Bad Batch, especially this final season. You know,
of Clone Wars
100% better. Yeah. I would like. What my point is, I love different styles of animation kind of mixed in. So Visions was great, and we're getting more of that later on. But I know Tales of the Jedi is in the Clone Wars style, right?
Yeah, from the stills that they've shown, right? Tales.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I love what they're doing with young. Did you ever call him Mac Daddy, Count Dooku?
I can't imagine him being anything but Christopher Lee, being very, you know, regal.
And from what we've seen, looks like we're getting a couple different age snapshots of him, like a younger man without a beard, and then a little older guy with a little beard. Still has dark hair.
Yeah.
And Qui-Gon with a sweet Beach Boy in the 70s haircut.
Real quick, jumping back to Obi-Wan real quick, now you mentioned Qui-Gon. Haven't you seen the clip that kind of offended, like people were offended? They were interviewing our guy, Liam, thank you, Neeson, and he was like, TV is beneath me.
Yeah.
But do you think that was a subterfuge? You think we're gonna
totally
see him in Obi-Wan, and then he'll have the last laugh, which makes me love him even more. Like he was totally.
Yeah,
you know.
and he's already done Qui-Gon on the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
and he was in. Didn't he show up? I heard he showed up in Atlanta, Donald Glover's Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I had heard that.
And hasn't he been on like, maybe not 30 Rock, but I feel like he's been like Parks and Rec. I feel like he's popped in like.
Yeah.
Or was it? So. Oh, maybe it was Ricky Gervais in. Extras, I think. But
yeah, he'll. I mean, they are certainly alluding.
I think he's just trying to.
They've said his name a few times in flashbacks, and Obi-Wan is calling out to him.
See, I'm gonna want to watch that before bed tonight.
He's got to be back.
Obi-Wan, I'm excited. Just talking about it, I love it. All right, so yeah. So anything else about this? You had already mentioned we're gonna get.
Yeah, and I love we're getting three Dooku 3 Ahsoka kind of origin stories for Ahsoka.
Yes.
Looks like we're getting a baby Ahsoka with our favorite Star Wars lady.
That's wild. Yeah, is she playing the voice?
Janina playing her mom, who Cliff and I love. Like Cliff got really into Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And there's a story mode you can play as I was at the time getting Jyn Erso and Iden Versio.
They're very close, yeah.
Janina's character in that, and he loved playing as her all the time in any kind of scenario.
Yeah,
she's a funny person, and has done a lot of TV, a lot of the morning show and other stuff on.
Her.
She's doing well in the acting front, but she's a real.
She likes Star Wars though.
Fan,
yeah,
and a gamer and like a huge gamer.
Yeah.
Person, so she's thrilled to be.
She's perfect for it.
And if you remember, there was rumors that they would try and do a live action Iden Versio to kind of substitute a Mandalorian actress who was not asked to come back. If you remember.
Oh.
for Rangers of the New Republic
as a new character though.
Bringing
Iden, her specifically.
Yeah,
because that's her. That's who she is. But she's going to be a voice actor.
One of these days, we'll start to see these video game characters sneak in. I think they'll do one or two here.
Yeah, we'll see your guy, the Ginger Jedi, Cal Kestis. He'll be around, right?
Yeah,
we'll see him live action. That's the only way I kind of see him, even though he's been in the video game. Like for me, he exists. All right, so we have that. Let's check out the Bad Batch trailer next.
I need to rewatch Bad Batch. I didn't give it a fair shake to go first go around.
But they mean business. Once I know a couple of story beats happen, I'm like, okay, so they're serious here. All right, let's just see if this does it for you.
You can buy your freedom.
We get that Wookiee Jedi. I'm all about that.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that what you're after?
We're already free.
Clearly, you're not paying attention to what's happening out there.
It is time for a new era.
German Scarlet?
There are others out there who need our help. We'll take all the allies we can get.
Let's go.
She seemed older.
Let's get to work.
She
Like a
seemed
little
older.
preteen.
Yeah. That beat, huh? That beat, that was hot. What did that slaps?
Is that Run the Jewels?
I don't know. That was awesome, whatever it was. I hope it was original for the show, but probably not. But yeah, costumes have evolved. We've got
Are we going to Kashyyyk?
It looks like we are. I just stumbled on that. That looks like Kashyyyk. Trees and a Wookiee. What else? And he's got his native weapon there, a wood-carved blaster or something. But yeah, that Wookiee with the lightsabers from the Clone Wars, I believe.
Yeah, and there's another guy in
Ahsoka's-
there that's one of the kid Jedis too, right?
Oh, I
can't
didn't
remember
catch
his
that.
name. I remember him.
I like how their maybe the red is fading now. It's like a light orange. Is that what it looks like? I don't know. Or they've rebranded. Omega definitely looks like she's older.
Mm-hmm.
She's cool.
Yeah.
I
That'll be
did
fun.
not get to watch that panel. But I wish I would have. I wish I could have.
And there was a clone trooper in there that people spotted, like Cody or somebody that's not part of the main.
Oh, Commander Cody. Yeah, from the Clone Wars. That's what they're saying. That's right. That's kind of a big deal. Oh, going back to Obi-Wan. How about the clone, homeless clone, begging on the streets?
Just disappointed he wasn't in a jacuzzi.
That's all he needed to get cleaned up. But
I'm just ready for Tim Morrison as Rex. That's
yeah,
what I want.
it's inevitable.
I thought that was it because I was like, oh, beard, armor, yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
What do you think, Ahsoka?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, he'll show up in Ahsoka, and
That'll be good for Tim. For
Yeah.
the people that didn't quite like Book
Boba.
of Boba Fett,
Yeah.
he'll get another paycheck and have some fun again. So.
He will. That was the best role he ever took. That little Django role, that little infinite.
Oh yeah,
clones. That's a cool.
Could he
thing.
have imagined that? I was like, oh, so this character is going to split into different. I could play this one and this one and this one.
Yeah, I don't
In
know if
addition
he
to
had
just
that.
Django. Yeah,
That's wild. Yeah, so that's
And
supposed to be
how great that must be for an actor to kind of like
Commander Cody.
to kind of it's maybe a semi-retirement gig when you get older and maybe you're not getting as much work. Then they're like, oh, we can do these shows that are kind of easy to produce on the volume, and you're maybe do a couple days work and you're done.
Yeah,
Make
it's
lot of money.
much shorter schedule than a
Or-
film.
And do voice acting and things like that.
Yeah.
Man, should have been an actor.
Man, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So I saw Crosshair in there somewhere. I don't know if that means he's. Oh, look, there's some battle droids.
Now, who's the refresh my memory? Who's the guy that didn't go with them?
Crosshair, yeah.
Nemesis for
the whole
most of the
season.
series.
Yeah, good.
But he kind of seemed like he kind of let them go at the end, or didn't totally want to murder them by the end.
Yeah, they kind of made their peace, but
It just went separate ways. Yeah.
so we'll see. Man, it looks like fun. It looks great. Yeah, so Bad Batch, Andor. I mean,
Who's that?
so much stuff. I was a little bummed. I thought it was going to come out this summer, but it looks like
Oh, can you go back to those little round ships?
it looks like there might be a little bit of a lull.
Right there. I remember. Do you remember the toys? There was like these little mini vehicles they sold. Like they had a mini snow walker with like rolly wheels, and you could just put one figure up in a little mini cockpit, and they had like a round
I do.
indoor ship of some sort. I just thought that might be it.
Yeah. I don't know where they pulled that from, but it's almost two different. One has
Yeah,
like
it's a different thing.
Yeah, vertical fins, and one has wings. It reminds me of Dooku's little shuttle a little bit. Exciting. That was fun. I knew that was coming. I just like they have to give us some Bad Batch stuff, and they did.
Who's that guy? Who's that? He was in the last series. He was that Imperial.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. I thought they would have made more of him in the first run, but
Yeah.
he didn't get as much as I thought.
He's back though. I thought I didn't see anything here about cloning, and that's kind of where the second season was going. There's more about what looks like cloning in Andor than there is Bad Batch.
Did you see some cloning stuff? You're talking about the white.
Yeah,
the white
I'm just
factory
assuming.
peoples?
What else could that be?
Yeah,
because they're kind of dressed like Dr. What's his name from Mandalorian. Pershing, yeah.
Yeah, and he showed up in the Mando trailer 3. Did you
Yeah.
spot him?
Yes, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't seen an official release of any Mando stuff yet.
They just you're right. Just the bootleg stuff on Reddit. Like you found that Ahsoka clip.
Yeah.
And it was just like
poorly shot.
It was right there. I was so close. I was like, I just want to see these rebels in live action. I need to see Sabine and Hera. Like, just need to see that.
Yeah. So we see the back of Sabine's head looking at the mural of the gang.
Yeah, which I have as my screensaver on my computer.
Back of Hera walking in, and we see a hand reaching out for a cup on the table. So a lot of people think that might be Jason Syndulla.
Yeah,
the kid, the green-haired kid.
That's awesome. It's all coming together.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when they connect all these? When are they creating more threads as we go that we just aren't aware of? I mean, Omega is a newer thread, but I was just thinking the other day, like, there is no end game per se, but what about when we're as old school fans, like they've kind of connected all those and revealed all those reveals. Okay, now we have Leia young revealed, Luke young revealed. What happened to Obi-Wan when he went to Tatooine? That's all being revealed. They're going to fill in all those timelines in what feels like short order now, because the rate of production of these shows is really ramped up. So
yeah, maybe some will have shorter series. I know they already talked about, I read a headline today mentioning Mandalorian season 4 already, so that's gonna keep expanding. Yeah,
that's wild.
But I know Kathleen Kennedy, and one of the last, maybe the D23 things, was when the one where they announced Hayden for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
She and I think the New Republic, Rangers of the New Republic was still in play. She had mentioned, right, like a lot of these were going to kind of intersect into a multi-event type thing, kind of like the Netflix Marvel shows did with Defenders or whatever, like a crossover event.
Right.
I think
a culmination of a big like end
but
game.
That could have changed totally.
Yeah.
So we've got. I don't want to break up your order. Skeleton
Crew we already broke it up.
Something.
We broke up the order.
Skeleton Crew is set in the Mandalorian timeline.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things could certainly cross over the Dave and John verse.
Yeah.
Could certainly borrow some characters, just like back in the day when they did a Riptide Magnum PI crossover.
Oh, that's what this is. That's what inspired all of this, I think. Let's just do. Is there anything else you want to cover? Well, we can save the rest of this for later in the week.
I will definitely grab that Jedi Survivor video game. I think it's only on PS5 or something. Something stupid like that. Well, luckily we have one of those.
Really? That's it?
Don't get me wrong. Maybe at first.
All right, let's.
Willow, come on.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for Willow. I love some Willow. And Joanne Whaley is back, the Queen.
That's wild.
And speaking of Marvel Netflix, she was Daredevil's mom. She returned after some probably lower profile roles, but she was a great. She was Matt Murdock's mom in Daredevil season 3, which was very good.
Oh yeah.
And if no one has seen, there's like a funny, I don't know what we call it, announcement trailer for Willow. No footage, but it was Warwick Davis introducing the cast. And I wanted to see it just on that alone. Him basically taking the Mickey out of his cast members and them doing the same to him.
Yeah, just not connecting because of the Gen X versus Gen Z.
Oh yeah, and they most of them don't know the original Willow, and it's just a running gag.
It was
and
a
I
movie?
love that cast. Like I love Tony Revolori from the Spider. He's Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man movies, and the Wes Anderson Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
And
he was in the newer one too. What was it? What's the movie called? The
the black and white. French Dispatch.
French Dispatch. It was like vignettes. It was like little chapters. It was fantastic.
And our girl, Nympha's Nest.
Yeah.
Solo is in it.
She's in it. Why don't we close with the Willow trailer? Let's watch the Willow trailer.
Yeah.
We can cover the other stuff later.
And speaking of, I just saw Val Kilmer on the big screen today in Top Gun.
Don't say another about it.
Oh, everybody knows he's in it.
I don't want to know any to what extent.
But it's beautiful to see him.
Yeah.
My guy on the big screen. But apparently there's a character in here, a young dark-haired girl who's the daughter of Mad Mardigan.
Are you kidding me?
Joanne Whaley's character. Yes. What was her name? Alora.
Let's watch it. Oh, it's only a teaser? Wait. 5 days? Yeah, it's just a teaser. It gives quite a bit.
So, yeah.
It's a good tease. All right, here we go. Volume up.
Of a child destined to be an empress. And the unlikely hero who would protect her.
There is a balance between all things. Light and shadow. Good and evil.
I like that music.
When that balance is upset, the universe corrects.
The world needs you again. It needs your magic.
That's the Mad Money.
Into the unknown. That's where we must go.
Crawl
So the music sounds like Man of Steel. It just hit me. I'm like, why do I like that so much? Because it sounds like the Man of Steel theme.
Oh. That's one of the great all-time movie scores, the original Willow, James Horner. Ooh.
James Horner, yeah.
In his prime, when he was doing like Glory and Field of Dreams.
So good, yeah. And anybody that wants to know the Star Wars connection there are so many Star Wars connections, right? Like Ron Howard directed this and Solo, and he
the original
conceived a child who would grow up to direct some great episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and she visited the set as a kid of Willow and learned like what got really into filmmaking.
Was she in Willow? Was she the baby in Willow?
No, I don't think there's rumors that she was.
I've heard that rumor before.
But yeah, all them Howard kids got that red hair. But yeah, somebody crossed it. Pat Roach, who is the main villain and looks very Darth Vader-y with a skull helmet. But Pat Roach is a big Indiana Jones villain. He always was the strong man that Indy fought like an almost movie. What other Star Wars connections? Probably that's about it. But the new one,
you're forgetting
John
Warwick
Kasdan.
Warwick Davis, though. Warwick Davis.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's the legend of Star Wars films. He's in everything.
Several characters, right, including Wicket.
Yeah.
And Baby Greedo in the pod race, right?
Yeah.
And then also in the same scene,
his human character in the pod race.
Who is that character?
Returns in Solo. It's the same guy.
Get out!
Shout out to the Star Wars Minute. They just revealed that on their podcast. John Kasdan, Lawrence's son, who worked on Solo, worked on Indy 5 too, is working on the Willow series, like writing, co-producing with Ron Howard and others, I'm sure.
November 30th.
So he might be kind of the showrunner guy. Yeah.
Disney Plus just keeps bringing it. So much Disney Plus. Man. All right. I think let's end it there because we're older gentlemen and we need our rest.
And take my melatonin and go to sleep.
Do you? I do too.
Sometimes.
Do you do one gummy or 2 gummies?
One.
Is it a chewable? You should try the gummies.
I tried the gummies, the NyQuil version.
They're just like candy. They're just like gummies.
There's too much sugar in them, though.
Sugar?
Trying to cut out sugar.
That's, oh my God. I mean, that's a micro dose of sugar if there is one, I think.
Yeah, it's
right?
only.
But then again, to your point, it's counterproductive because you're eating sugar before bed, right?
Yeah.
All right. You got a good head on your shoulders. All right. Look, I'm going to move the little topic meter down to, okay, so at least we ended there. And we kind of jumped all over the place, but I think we did a pretty good job.
Season 3, we didn't talk about the big things in the trailer.
Right, because we haven't seen the trailer, right? Is it really Tim Meadows, or are you goofing?
Illegally. No, he's in it.
He is? Oh, my God.
Tim Meadows and apparently a family of Babu Fricks.
Oh, I did see a little.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah, I did see a little clip. But yeah, when do we get those slowly non-celebration attendees? Even though I did
those
pay.
Trailers?
Yeah.
Soon, I would imagine, probably in the next week or so, they'll drop it just because they do. They tend to do it on a nice surprise basis, right?
Just from
We always think it's going to be with a certain holiday or with a certain like Super Bowl event, but the Star Wars thing's just randomly.
Just so random, and that's fine.
Drop.
It keeps us on our toes, and it's exciting. I don't know how to close out the show tonight. We usually let Ray ramble about non-Disney television shows.
Oh yeah.
But go ahead. What do you want to close with? Any plugs or anything?
Everyone, don't be a racist because that's dumb.
Yes, please, for love of George,
or a sexist or an ageist.
Any of that stuff that
Any
kind of
ists.
that creeps in, any isms or ists, it's unnecessary. And then what happens is they put,
when 900 years old you reach,
look as good.
You will not.
It's just like it forces Disney and Star Wars and Lucasfilm, not forces, but they are compelled to come out and defend and say something. And then you have a whole other group of people that get offended when corporations defend their people, right? Does that make sense?
And it's not just that. Like I know people who work in social media, and a friend of mine works for a beverage brand, and they recently put out a beverage with the colors of the Ukrainian flag. And you look at the comments, and you can imagine automatic unfollow. And things like, you guys shouldn't get political.
Well, then, don't say stupid.
And the same company would post something nice about Earth Day on Earth Day, and the comments
they get in trouble.
You guys should just make beer and not worry about the environment. Like, okay, you're geniuses out there. And it stresses my friend out to have to just read it because he's a very compassionate person. So you think about people who have the jobs of working these social media sites, they have to filter so much garbage that we probably don't even see.
Oh my God.
And respond to DMs like poor Moses is having to endure. And just to see them and just like, and you can't take them personally, but it's hard. The wave of them is probably so intense that you just can't imagine, and it's just sickening.
Can't imagine. You just have to watch from
don't be weird.
In. Yeah, don't be weird, folks. But do you think, real quick, do you think that they, not only her agent and publicist, do you think like Disney has to pull her aside and say, look, with great power comes great responsibility. You'll be loved. You'll be reviled. Are you in?
Like when you sign up?
Is there like some kind of, not like a disclaimer, but like a disclaimer, a warning?
I'm sure. Hopefully these days they have someone who's kind of like a therapist for doing that kind of thing, and somebody they can talk to if things get hairy. I'm sure they have to have it these days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's a shame, but anybody.
I know Boyega's encountered a few of these people himself, like taking people online.
Yeah.
Addressing people here and there. Fight all these idiots.
What if we start a task force of fans who root out, because I follow a couple people on social media who like, I mean, doxing isn't the right word for it, but if someone comes in and has a racist tirade against a young employee at a quick service restaurant, the role of these people that I see on social media is to find who that person is and let everyone know, including their employer, what they did.
Yeah.
Now, do we need to come in defense of Star Wars actors? I mean, it's our own like squad of like, I don't know, Star Wars character actor defenders. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe we should just stay out of it. We try to keep it positive. You and I, we've had our back and forth about our opinions differing because there's just so much Star Wars to choose from that you like this better than I don't like it as much, and vice versa. But I don't think either of us has ever like.
I'm less enraged these days.
Yeah, me too. But I don't think for me or you like we've ever like pointed at the actor and for anything like put it on them, like it's on them. That's like the last place my mind usually would go, right?
Yeah.
I'm just virtue signaling.
No, you're fine. One big thing. Speaking of actors, we forgot to.
Who do we?
Did you know that Steele Saunders was in Obi-Wan?
I saw a tweet.
Good for him.
Ignite the grain.
Yeah.
He
did a little walk on. That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Again, like some of my guys I love, Matt Gorley and Paul F. Tompkins, both big Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
They get asked quite often by fans, like, when are you getting into Star Wars? Because people they work with, other comedians like Brian Posehn.
Yeah.
He was like the taxi driver in the first episode of Mando.
Yeah.
And they know that guy. So, and he probably does not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does. He's probably not as huge of a fan as Matt Gorley, who owns a stormtrooper costume and a blaster. Get that guy
I don't
on
doubt
the
it.
show.
If you can. Real quick, speaking of, all right, last thing, but you
hit it.
The first thing you texted me once you finished Obi-Wan was someone had mocked up a closing credit, the Star Wars, it's the Starfield and the blue.
Oh, that's the real credit. I took a screenshot of it.
Oh my God, that was it. It wasn't even mocked up. So Flea got like top billing for Obi-Wan.
Well,
it just said Flea.
A title card. Can I find it?
I mean, I would have put him in like the scrolling title. I wouldn't have put him in the. Goodness. So Flea was in.
I don't know if you can see my phone.
The second episode. Yeah.
Can you see my greasy phone?
Yeah.
I did a funny post about a presence I've not felt since, and that's a shot on the top is from Back to the Future 2, starring Flea.
Yeah, he
was Marty McFly's nemesis, but if you can see the bottom, they gave him a great. And I think I might have sent you a Rhea Perlman Starfield screenshot back in the day because they gave her a.
Oh, I love that. For some reason, that did not throw me. I mean, that's Rhea, right?
Fun to see.
Voice act. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rhea in the two aliens at Sid's, parlor. That's Space Cheers anyway. That's what we call it. Space Cheers, because they're
we got Woody Harrelson in Star Wars.
They're all it. Yeah. Cliff Clavin was,
of course.
John Ratzenberger, right?
Yeah.
All right. We've said too much. We've said it all.
All right. Get the wrap-up sign from our producers.
All right. Yeah, they're cutting us off here. I have end credits. I don't think you're in them, and I may not be in them. I may be in them. I made a brand new intro animation. I was excited to show it off, and I can't find the button now. So next time.
And hey, the John Williams Obi-Wan theme, of course, it's great.
I wouldn't expect anything
chill,
less.
It's somber.
It's right what it should be. I think
if anyone complains about that guy, get out of here.
Game over.
I've been listening to it over and over again. It's just a perfect mood setter, and I can't wait to when they Spotify's usually good about getting these Disney Plus scores like the week the show comes out.
Yeah.
And then getting the whole episode worth, like they did that with Mando, with Ludwig's Mando stuff. Like
Yeah.
you get the whole thing, and like you get eight soundtracks by the end of it.
It's amazing.
So I can't wait to hear Natalie Holt's Obi-Wan score in full.
Yeah, music's great.
I need to stop talking.
All right, so but we've got another episode of Obi-Wan dropping at 3 a.m, right?
Yeah, I'll see you back here in a couple hours.
Let's just stay on. We'll just do we'll get copyright struck for we'll just stream the whole thing here. So I hope anybody who's able to watch this now or later, just hit that like button. You don't have to subscribe unless you're going to watch, because it only helps if you subscribe. If you watch, if you don't, then yeah, it's the algorithm. All right, so here we go. Let's see if these end credits will work for us here. Nope, they're not in this scene. All right, we're just gonna do this. All right, bye for now. Bye.
Bye, guys.
This is the way.
Dad Wars.